Hey everyone! I am so excited about today's video. I am sharing a ton of holiday DIYs that are easy, budget-friendly, and help to bring that vintage charm to your home for the holidays. I am so thankful you all are here. Let's go ahead and get started. I had saw a post on Instagram that featured these amazing bottle rust trees and I instantly fell in love with them. I did some research and some of the vintage ones can be quite pricey. I also had a hard time finding them in just neutral colors, so I decided I was going to go ahead and make my own. I already had some trees, but Target also has the medium-sized ones that you see here in their dollar spot. I believe that they were $3 a piece. I found the large pearl beads on Amazon as well as the silver pom-poms. I grabbed my glue gun and got to work. All I did was glue on the pom-poms and the beads. I varied the colors, making some with just pearl beads, some with just the silver pom-poms, and then a mix of both. I first tried styling these on the antique dresser that I keep in my kitchen, and I love the way that looked, but I also wanted to bring them in here and try them out on my coffee table. I can't decide which spot I like the best, so you will have to let me know in the comments where you think I should leave them for the holidays. Our next project is actually inspired by a friend of mine that I follow over on Instagram. She shared these beautiful frosted fruit ornaments that she made, and I fell in love with them. I will link her account in the description for you. Be sure to check it out. She shares some amazing home inspiration and DIY projects. I thrifted these bags of fruit for just a couple dollars, and I see fruit like this all of the time at the thrift store, so you should be able to find some for this project. I mixed together a couple spoonfuls of baking soda and a little bit of glitter. I then coated the entire piece of fruit with matte Mod Podge and sprinkled the baking soda and glitter mixture over the piece of fruit. What I love about this project is that it didn't require any painting. First, the baking soda dulls the color of the fruit and you are left with this really pretty frosted effect. Once it was all dry, I did take a clean paintbrush and brush off the excess baking soda. I also used some hairspray to set everything. I am styling mine on a tier tray that I made in a DIY video I shared 2 weeks ago. I will link that video in the description for you. These apples bring in a bit of that burgundy color I am using for the holidays. They feel festive with that subtle frosted effect. Next, I am making some photo ornaments using these little mini frames that I found on Amazon. I used some rub and buff in the color European Gold to tone down the yellow on the frames. You can see here how the rub and buff really gives the frames a pretty gold color. I measured the size of the frames and then used Canva to resize my pictures so that they would fit into the frames. I used a photo frame in Canva and then sized them down to the measurements I needed, and then you just drag and drop your photos into the frame. I then printed the photos on watercolor paper and added them to the frames. Once you have all of your photos sized, you can then download the document as a PDF and print. I always change the settings on my printer to print in the best quality when I am printing pictures at home. You could add these little ornaments to your main tree, but I decided to style mine together on this little tree that I have in our entryway. We recently had photos taken with my mom and dad, and I thought it would look so pretty hanging them all together on this little tree. I think this might be my favorite part of my holiday decor so far this year. It is these sweet little family pieces that make your house feel like a home and tell your story. These are also pieces that can be passed down one day. Adding in special touches like this to into your holiday decor makes it feel intentional and unique. I had shared some salto ornaments in my last video and promised that we would finish them this week. I am using a decoupage technique to add some color and pattern to the ornaments. I found these floral napkins at HomeGoods and they were a very reasonable price, I think only $5 for the entire pack of them. All you need to do is remove the top layer of the napkin, cut out the flowers or shapes that you want, and then use Mod Podge to adhere them. I do recommend cutting away as much of the white space around the shape or flower as you can. This just makes it look cleaner when you glue it down. I do wrap some of the design over the edges. Once everything is dry, I go back over the whole ornament with the Mod Podge to seal it well. Add your favorite ribbon and they are ready for the tree. These are also the perfect size for styling on a peg rail for some extra pattern and color. They would make perfect gifts as well. Next up, I am creating some tea stained snowflakes. I love to use tea to add a vintage look, and today we are using it to give some snowflakes made from book pages some vintage charm. I started by steeping 2 black tea bags and let it cool completely. This is the same book that I picked up from Dollar Tree that I have been using for many of the projects that I have shared with all of you. I tore out some of the pages and laid them flat. I used a paintbrush to add the tea. You don't want to drench the page because it will tear. Just add enough to tint the page. Once the pages are completely dry, you're going to take one page and fold it into thirds. You will run a strip of glue underneath the folds to hold them together. Then you will cut your design into one page and then use that one to cut out the design in the rest of the pages. I use 7 pages total for one snowflake. Once you have all the designs cut out, you stack the pages with the seam facing up and glue each page together. On the very top page, you will add a piece of twine for hanging. You will open up the snowflake and then glue the edges together. Making handmade holiday decor is something that I do every year. It helps my home to feel cozy and unique. It's easy to get caught up in all of the decor that is available at the stores, but I encourage you to take some time to make 1 or 2 projects for your home this holiday season. I'd love to know in the comments which project is your favorite today, or maybe one that you are going to try yourself. I styled mine with some garland in the corner of the cabinets in my breakfast nook area. You could add these to your fireplace or even on your tree as well. I love the vintage look of them and they were very affordable and easy to make. I thought it would be fun to make some faux gingerbread cookies that I could use in my kitchen year after year. They are going to add a fun, whimsical touch for the holidays. I used a cinnamon salto recipe to make these. I will link the recipe for you in the description. You basically mix together flour, salt, cinnamon, and water until a dough starts to form. Once you have your dough made, flour your counter and roll the dough out to about 1/4 inch thick. You can use different shapes, but I decided to use gingerbread men for mine. These also make adorable ornaments. My girls actually made some for the trees in their room. If you decide to make them into ornaments, just remember to poke a hole in the top for hanging. When you do roll the dough out, I do recommend not rolling them on parchment paper because it can make crinkles in the cookies and cause cracking. The recipe suggests a baking time of an hour, but I checked mine at the 45-minute mark and they were done, so definitely check on them while you are baking them. Mine did puff up some while they baked, but I thought that made them look even more like cookies. I used some white puff paint for the icing on the cookies. You could style these on a pretty tray on your kitchen counter or table, put a few under a cloche, or even put some on a pretty plate. Just a little something to add some fun and whimsy to your holiday. My girls love these, and they also loved helping me decorate them. What I love about hand making decor is the ability to be creative and come up with ways to use things that I already have. This little mitten garland that I am working on now is a perfect example of that. This is an old curtain that I have used for many different projects now, and all I did was print out a mitten outline and trace the shape on the curtain. You could use any scrap fabric that you have, and Walmart actually has a whole scrap fabric section that you might be able to find some fabric for a project like this one. I cut out all of the mittens, and for this next part I did use my glue gun. I am still perfecting my sewing skills, but you could certainly sew them if you wanted to. Make sure that you put the traced sides together so that you have a clean front and back of the mitten. I left the bottom open so I could stuff them, and then I glued them closed. I actually used an old pillow as the stuffing for mine. Once I had all of the mittens made, I used some twine and mini clothespins to hang them. I decided that I was going to hang the garland above the door frame to my office, but you could style this on a shelf, on a peg rail, on a mini tree, so many different possibilities. You could even leave this up after the holidays. In this week's Cozy Chats, I wanted to share some holiday inspiration and cheer with you. Remember to spend time soaking up all those small but special moments. Focus on spending time with friends and family. I am so thankful for all of you and appreciate those of you who watch my videos every week, leave me such kind comments, and continue to support my channel. Next week's video will be my first official holiday decorating video of 2025. We are going to get my living room all ready for Christmas. I hope you all will join me. As always, I hope you got some inspiration for your home. If you are new here, I hope you will subscribe and stay a while. I look forward to seeing you all next week.